Hello, welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. I'm going to make jambalaya, and there's the recipe. You'll also find that in the description. Okay, another day of self-isolation is not fun, but I'm going to try to create as many dishes as I can while I'm tied up at home and not working. So I'm going to make jambalaya, which is, most people will be able to find some of these ingredients or most of these ingredients in their fridge or in their cupboard. And whatever you can't find or you can't buy, just leave out, omit those. But you know, we're doing our best here to try to create a traditional Cajun dish. So anyway, I'm going to crack on with this, and I think it's going to be really lovely. Alright, there is the Holy Trinity. That is onions, celery and pepper. I just saved time by filming it that way. Okay, this should be andouille sausage, which is sort of like a French style smoked sausage. Times are difficult at the moment. Whatever you can find. I found this chorizo sausage, so this will work very, very nicely indeed. But I think it should have some sort of cured sausage in there. Smashing up absolutely tons of garlic, which I'm going to chop now. So while I'm describing what I'm doing, let's also talk about the history. So jambalaya comes from Louisiana, and I always think of New Orleans and The Big Easy. That was a great movie. Anyone has seen that? There's a couple of very hot chilies. I don't know what they're called. That I dried myself actually. And so a couple of those is more than enough for this dish. It's going to have some cayenne going in it as well. So that's a lot of the vegetables prepped. This is some spring onions, which is going to be for finishing the dish later. And like I was saying at the beginning, you know, whatever ingredients that you can find, you know, let's not beat ourselves up on whether or not we're doing this 100% authentically. Chicken, skin down. These are just thighs. I love chicken thighs. Definitely my favourite. And I'm taking a good 4 to 5 minutes on a low to medium heat to get a really nice, hopefully deep brown coloration on there. That is also going to add some extra oil to the pan, and we'll get those out. I only gave them just a minute or so on the other side. And let's put the chorizo in at this stage, because again they're going to leak their lovely colour into the oil, and it's just a flavour bomb going in there. So we'll hoik those out. And then, so this type of jambalaya I'm making is with a browned roux, and I have never tried this. I've done a basic jambalaya before where you just sweat the vegetables and the meats, add the rice, add the stock and cook it out. This is different. Now, the reason why I've added a bit of extra flour there and I've adjusted the recipe to sort of be more accurate is that there was the extra oil coming out of the other ingredients that I didn't account for. So a little bit of extra flour in there. Whether or not it's going to make that much difference to the dish, I don't think so. Now, I've got this on a medium heat. I'm taking a slight risk by cooking this quickly, because if you do it classically, it's going to take like 45 minutes, and I haven't got the patience. But that's the point where I'm thinking I haven't got the courage to keep going any darker than that. Some people may. There might be some people that have done this loads of times, said that's not right, it should go darker, but I bottled it at that stage. I thought, I'm not going to risk burning this. It had a kind of like almost like a digestive biscuit flavour, if that helps you, and smell as well. So when you're cooking that, if you're doing it this way, when you got that smell, it's just wonderful. Keep the house smell great. So in with the Holy Trinity, and I decided, yes, let's pick some thyme, throw that in there. Let's then get the garlic and chilli. I left that just for a minute out because those ingredients may burn a little bit while that roux was, it's like molten lava. I've seen people add beer to jambalayas before, so I had an excuse to open a bottle, but that was just a few glugs. Stir that around and you'll see that roux thicken up very, very quickly, and then it's going to be time to get the stock in. So I'm going to try to explain the difference between the different types of jambalaya. There's Cajun and there's Creole. I believe Creole has tomatoes in it, and Cajun doesn't. Okay, the rice went in. That was a brown basmati, which would not be classical, I don't think. It's just that's what I got in my cupboard. And as I say, times are difficult, we all know. Now, I didn't want to waste those extra little bits of juices from the chorizo, so I rinsed it out. I was going to use my hand to do this, and I thought, why do that? Just put it straight in the dish. So that's the cayenne and the paprika. I normally have some actual pre-mixed Cajun spice lying around, but I've obviously used it all, so that's what I did there. That may not be authentic. So stir that a while, get the chicken pieces back in, and I want to braise this. Any resting juices that have accumulated, get them in there. Now, I was worried about just cooking this completely on a stove because I thought, no, the rice is going to catch on the pan. So I've got my oven on low. I did it halfway with the lid on, and then I took the lid off to create that beautiful looking thing. And let's get those chicken thighs out now because I want to finish off the rice with the extra ingredients. I want to have a taste. My rice does look quite stodgy. Perhaps that's because of the extra flour I put into the roux. In fact, that would make sense. So, you know, when you're making this yourselves, if you think it's a bit thick and you want it wetter, just add a bit of water to it. It'll be fine. Or a bit more stock. So there's the butter that goes in. That is classical, I believe. So I wasn't just cheating. And you've got to twist that pepper until your arm hurts. Absolutely tons and tons of black pepper in there. A little bit of sea salt. I'm happy with that. It's looking absolutely gorgeous. I can't help myself. I thought, yeah, let's get some fresh parsley mixed into it. It's going to look nice and taste nice. And then I thought, let's sit the chicken pieces back on top. And if I was serving that to the family, I would put that on the table just like that. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. So as I pay almost no attention to presentation, just dump this in a bowl. There is a dish called gumbo that many people would have heard of. And that is a dish where the rice is cooked separately from the sauce. Just to clarify. Now, back over to me. Right. Jambalaya's done. It's looking good. I've tasted the rice. I haven't tasted the whole thing together. I think it's one of those dishes that could change dramatically. You know, I could easily put more liquid in there, even just some water, if I wanted it to be looser at the end. But I'm going to see. So this rice, it has sort of a bit like a risotto texture to it. Oh my god, it's delicious. If you're going to do this with leg meat. Don't use breast. I mean, breast meat has its place, but this, no, I would say definitely not. This one's over. I'm sure I'll do another one soon as well. I've got absolutely nothing else to do, so might as well make videos for YouTube. Anyway, see you soon. Bye. All right.